Hello, this is Donna, and thank you for joining me. I'm very excited. Today I'm going to be starting a challenge with Alex Crafty Goose. She invited me to do a journal challenge, and our only requirements for this is we're going to be using postcards and a bit of lace. So she can be as out of the box creative as she wants, and so can I, and we'll just see what we both come up with. And I know she's already posted her first video, and I will link that below, and I hope you enjoy this. So, you know, I picked some postcards, which I will show you. I have a couple things to show you. Let's start with the postcards that I picked out, and I did make copies of these because I liked the images. So here's some of the postcards that I really liked. Some real neat vintage ones. And I'm going to try to keep a lot of the imagery together. Well, we'll see how it goes. I'll cut up some things, you know. We'll see. And of course I had trees in there. And my lovely lady. And what else did I have? Oh, one of my favorite cards, this one. And I have some little extra things to put in here or decorate with that I thought I would just kind of play with. You know, some calling cards and things like that. Just some old fun things. This was an advertisement for cocoa. Yeah, for chocolate. Yeah, some of these. So I'll play around with them. This is the plan is these, but that doesn't necessarily mean that everything will make it in. This is what I was thinking of. So I know we've all seen these. I love my collection of them. You can see I have quite a lot. Yeah. So really fun stuff. And I made a template like this. So my idea is to do it something similar to this where it all folds out. There we go. So I made a template. I'll put these over to the side. Look how beautiful they are. San Francisco Golden Gate. That's really super old. This is really cool. This is a book about Nepal. And the postcards are the book. Isn't that fun? Okay, so there's that. Oh, and there's a tiny one too. Oh, Chicago. Buildings, Chicago. Little old one. That's pretty. See, I can get distracted by all my ephemera. Let's move on. I just used postal service envelope that I received in the mail, and I did a template of one of these, which, as you can see, if I put my cards in it, I still have lots of room. And I want to make sure I have lots of room because I know I'll be embellishing these. So I was a little worried about it being big enough, but I think I can adjust it. I think I'll be okay. I have some digital kits, and I will figure out who this is. I don't know where this came from. I really wonder if it was a page off of a book. But yeah, I'll find out whose kit this is. It was in my packet of Sakita's digitals, but I don't think it belonged to her. Okay, so my thought was I want to do my back first, and I want to pay attention to how this will fold up. Now I'm going to be sewing and embellishing and putting lace on here. So I'm just trying to see how I want that. And I think I like that way. So I'm gonna, hopefully this glue is working here. Just get a lot of art glitter glue on it. I was really honored when Alex asked me to do this challenge. I enjoy her channel very much. She's very creative, and I really love listening to her. It's a relaxing thing for me to do in the morning, like a lot of you do, while having coffee and catching up on things. And yeah, I was, like I said, absolutely thrilled. So it's always nice to make a new friend in the creative world, and I find this community is wonderful. It's really wonderful. I'm not going to bend too quickly here because I do want that to dry. I think this image is going to go very nicely with these postcards. And I don't know if I want to fold it in to give it, I think I might fold it in to give it a little stability. Maybe I'll wait until I put more of like this on here. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and cover up this part at least. Somebody asked me if art glitter glue works on fabrics, and yes, it does. I prefer it. It dries so quickly. It's easy to use for tutorials, and it's definitely easy to use for impatient people like me. So let's get that. And this is going to be the inside of our piece. And, you know, I'm not really sure if I like that over there like that. No, I don't think I will. So I'm just going to bend this up, give it a good crease, and I'm actually going to go ahead and tear. And once I go around with a sewing machine, I will even things up. And like I said, my thought was to put some lace trim on it, something like that. So let's go ahead and tear that off. This goes in my scrap pile, a giant pile. Let's see, where are we here? I want to make sure I have that glue right to the edge there on those. And I'm just going to go ahead and trim that off there. Where's the end of this? Sometimes if you fold it over, you get a good edge there. And I'm just going to glue that down because I liked those letters there and the contrast. Let's see how we're doing. Okay, so I decided to go ahead and trim this down right now. I'm just pressing the scissors up against my cardboard. I can see where there's spots I have to cover. Not too worried about that. Okay. I need to fix this top up here. And what do we want to use for that? Maybe this piece, or maybe just a piece off of here. do use my fingernails a lot there. But I can flip it over and just go ahead and give it a little trim there. I can see where I need more glue. Okay. Get my stuff out of the way. So we know this is going to be folded this way, and I can still feel where my folds are. See, it's wanting to buckle. Huh. Ew. Okay, there we go. And for some reason, my bone folder is MIA, so we will just do that. And we'll get a good crease in that. And get that over. I'm trying to decide if I want to make that slot like they have here, you know, but I don't think I do. I think I actually want to do a button closure on this because it's going to be pretty thick from what I can tell. It's going to be pretty thick. So I'm just using the back of my distress brush. Okay, so now I've kind of made my folder. I will go back through and sew all around that, and we'll see what happens with this. So now I want to take a look at, get my pin back in here. I want to take a look at these pieces, and the thought kind of was sorry, I know it's hard for you to see there. Who goes where? I'm not sure yet. And let's just start with something like this. This is some really nice gold in it. I'd rather stagger them, I think. What if I did something like this? So I was thinking I could use washi, which I could, but I can also use some cotton. And I might even use lace through this. So, you know, let's take a look at that. So this is what happens when you turn on the camera and you are really not prepared. Okay, so if I wanted to cut this down, I think this is the one that doesn't tear. Oh no, it does tear. What I could do is, let's just try this first. And I really don't mind that I'm using original cards. Like I said, I did photocopy them. I mean, I just save so much stuff. It's time to use it. I'm just going to go down the closest I can to the edge with your glitter glue. And give it just a little gap so that when it folds, it has that flexibility. So let's hope that works. Just gonna lightly press it. Okay. Yeah, It's sticking to my hands. It's kind of a mess. I don't want to do too much with it. Push it up there. Who's next? Let's see. What our lovely lady. And I'm going to do something with this corner. So that gets covered up. What do I want to use that's kind of thick? I'm thinking maybe something like that. And then I'll just go ahead and cut right down there. Could sew around this too. I think I'm okay with this part so far. And I don't mind that sticking up just a little. Because apparently it's going to anyways. So my thought is to run a little bit of this on this back piece. And then what I'm going to do is flip this over. Cut this right here. And I'm going to go ahead and trim right up on to this part of the pattern. Lace. Let's see how that looks. Let's flip that up a little. Yeah, I kind of want to see the rest of that. Okay. And I think I'm going to snip that part off too. So what I really need to do is glue that part down like that. You're still looking at most of the back of the postcard, but I'm probably going to put pieces of things on all of them everywhere. I'm just going to leave that because I'm not sure how long I'm going to want that. And I already know I can cut it off because that's, yeah, working for me. And let's get this secured. So we have this, which will have to be, I think, an end piece because of the way I did this lace here. So let's look at these two together. I like that. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use this other part of this lace. I'm just gonna, I wonder if it'll rip off. It will. Oh, that's really cool stuff. I'm not even going to take that off. I'm just gonna leave it just like that. The other option here is, let's do it this way, because it's a little thick, and then on the front I can put a thinner piece. Let's glue it on the, let me glue it on the back. You know, I say it like you're here doing this with me, which, you know, if you're crafting along, that's fabulous. You feel like somebody's with you when you're recording this. I'm going to go out just a little more because of the width of this particular piece of lace. Oh, let's see, let's do the dates. 1910 and I think 1920 over here. Not really sure. And see how that'll work right there. netting is a little more difficult to glue. So I think I'll wait to trim that after it's set up a little. But I can show you now that it's flipped over here. If I took something very tiny, as a matter of fact, I think I'll cut this part off that was on that piece. I'm getting a lot of mileage out of this one little doily. Okay. Then, yeah, it's a little distressed there. Just slightly on the edge. I like that pattern right there. Just trying to center it as much as I can. Sometimes I use the back of my nail, press it down, and always do your ends really well. They always want to peel up, but you want to make sure you get enough glue on your ends. So let's see what we have here so far. And I can see where that didn't glue. Right there. So I'll get that down. And go ahead and trim up there. And I'm going to trim under here. And I can go back in and really make sure that that's okay. Okay, let's see how our other one's looking. Okay, so that did not want to glue very well right there. And on the end, it depends on the lace. I mean, I can tell that's a cotton base, and I can tell that that's this is a synthetic. So it's not gonna glue as quickly or as well. But now we can go over on this side. I just want to make sure it will fold in on itself, and it will. This one kind of pushed together a little, but yeah, make sure it does that. And then I can go in and put something else on that one. We decided that's going to be an end piece. And so I'm going to continue on doing this. And when I come back again, I will have this sewn and maybe decorated a little. And then I hopefully will figure out how to make it into the container. I mean, I can always bend it so you have almost like an envelope. Okay, thank you for spending your time with me, and like I said, go check out Alex Crafty Goose, and she's just wonderful, and I'm very excited to be asked to join this challenge, and you have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.